As of the date of this recording, the richest person in the world is Elon Musk with 413 some odd $billion net worth. The wealthiest black man in America, his name is David Stewart, and he is in finance. I believe he's out of St. Louis, Missouri, a place where I have some ties, and he is worth $11.5 billion. By that math, it would take 37 times his wealth to match Elon Musk's wealth. Elon Musk is 37 times richer than the richest black man in America. To use people that you know, Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jordan are about in the same range, like $3.5 billion. That means that it would take about 114 of them to match Elon Musk's net worth. What that means is that trying to quote unquote close the wealth gap is a fool's errand. It's a useless enterprise. We're not closing the wealth gap. And the good news is we don't have to close the wealth gap in order to remedy what we all see as being wrong and out of balance with our economic system and the situation that Black Americans find themselves in. The wealth gap really isn't the problem. It's the dependency trap. Worrying about the wealth gap is the same thing as worrying about the size of your dick. Suppose you have been blessed by the Lord above with a healthy length and thickness of your member, okay? It works every time you want to put it to use. It works good from what you hear. You've never had any women complain about you. They've done nothing but talk good about you. Get the job done every time. Repeat customers galore. You're doing well, okay? But then you find out that somebody else has a dick that is a little bit bigger than yours. That's like you deciding that your dick ain't no good anymore because somebody else's dick is bigger. What the hell difference does it make if somebody else's is bigger, if yours does the job perfectly well and everybody is happy with it? And why would you be worried about somebody else having more? It has no effect on your life, okay? As long as yours is doing its job. But if you get so caught up and worried about somebody else having a bigger one, and you can't do nothing about that, now you're going to ruin what you got, worrying about that. The wealth gap works very similarly. If you have everything that you need and all your people are taken care of, you're wanting really for nothing. You don't depend on anybody else to provide for your sustenance, your basic needs, or for a lot of your wants. You're good. What the hell difference does it make that somebody else has more resource to draw off of? It really doesn't. It really doesn't. So for us, breaking the dependency trap is far more important than attacking the wealth gap, which effectively would mean that I have to outperform my opponent, my competitor, so much that as I'm getting ahead, they are losing or they're not getting ahead. I'm outpacing them, despite the fact that they have had all of these structural advantages before I even got into the game. I'm supposed to be so good at this game that I can outplay them, score more points than them, and while they stand in place. Or even if they're playing good, I got to play that much better. That's asking too much. That is asking too much. David Stewart is a brilliant man, obviously, for what he has built. And in his field, Michael Jordan is brilliant. Oprah Winfrey is brilliant. In a little while, we'll talk about body money versus brain money or whatever have you, but we'll get to that later. But these are brilliant people who cracked the code of capitalism in America and made it to a point where none of them have any needs whatsoever that can't be met by money. None of them do. I want as many of us to be there as possible, but right now, the working man, the everyday working person, if we could just get our basic needs met by each other, what the fuck difference does it make what somebody else has? It makes none. I try to stay very clean and smelling good. I happen to be blessed to be able to, I live in Atlanta. I am able to buy my essential oils and soap and such from a black vendor and provider. And my skin has been lovelier ever since I did that. I happen to have found a young sister that makes toothpaste. I use her toothpaste. I would love it if I could do that with all of my products. Okay? It's basic. These are wins that we can have. If we get caught up chasing the wealth gap so aggressively, we are going to be depressed as hell no matter how well we perform. Because we ain't catching Elon Musk, because his money, it just builds up overnight, every night while he is sleeping or taking drugs, whatever the hell else he does. And we can't be worried about that. Worry about his effect on our politics, you damn right. Smack him down where he needs to be smacked down. Put him in place as a person who has one vote just like I do. And all of that is fine. But trying to chase the wealth gap, fuck that. It's a waste of our time. It is a waste of our time. Can we employ our black professionals? All of our black financial professionals, legal professionals, medical professionals? Can we give them enough business so that they're not dependent on white folks for them to get their money? That is something that we can make a real dent in. We could do that if we stop believing that everything that the white folk do is better than what we do. If we start to appreciate that black business does not come up short because of a lack of creativity or talent or commitment, that far more often than not, it's undercapitalization that causes the issue. Well, we can address capitalization by supporting the businesses. We're going to keep this short and tight and make the point. Now, if you are a man who is foolish enough to be worried about the size of somebody else's dick, then I can't really help you with that. But if you see how dumb that is, then also recognize I'm not chasing Elon Musk. I ain't never going to catch him. I don't have a single $1 million, much less $1 billion to even get in that conversation. And chances are you're listening to this, you don't either. But I do very well. My family is taken care of, and yours may be too. Use those resources to support as many black businesses and black enterprises and black professionals as you can. This is something we can do. They don't have any control over that. They don't. And we're going to find the next sweet spot the next time. And that is For the Record with David St. Vincent.